I've been in places where we had sandbars and stumps all over the place, and it was just nothing compared to the way I feel about being around a sinkhole.
Pickle Wheat's phone started ringing in the morning at 3 o'clock. The swamp outside her house in Louisiana was quiet and still. She looked at the screen. She did not recognize the number. For a moment she thought about ignoring it, but something felt strange, so she answered. The voice on the other side was nervous. It was someone from Swamp People. Someone she had trusted for many years. After that call, nothing felt normal anymore. By sunrise, Pickle was standing beside the bayou, looking out across the water. For months, she had felt a strange tension around the show. Now, she understood why. Something was happening behind the cameras. Let's take a closer look. Behind closed doors. The caller from that 3 a.m. phone call was Marcus. He had worked on Swamp People since season 3. Pickle trusted him because he always treated the cast like real people, not just faces on television. When he spoke that night, his voice sounded nervous and heavy. Marcus told her something serious. Producers had asked him to fake footage. They wanted him to cut scenes together that never really happened. They wanted it to look like someone broke rules or took dangerous risks. Marcus refused. He said he would not lie to the viewers. The producers simply found someone else who would do it. Pickle stayed quiet and listened. Marcus said the show was changing. It was no longer about real swamp life in Louisiana. It was becoming a machine that created drama for ratings. The producers were planning a big shift for the next season. They wanted stronger conflict and bigger shocks. They cared more about headlines than honesty. After the call, Pickle started reaching out to others. She spoke to Jean-Paul, a hunter whose family had lived in the swamp for 6 generations. Jean-Paul said producers ignored his worries about damage to the land. They pushed him to hunt in areas that were supposed to stay protected. They wanted more alligators on camera, even if it bent local rules. Chantel shared her story next. During a family emergency, the crew filmed her daughter without clear permission. Later, that footage appeared in a season premiere to create emotional drama. Chantel felt hurt and exposed. Big Mike had a different problem. He discovered the network used his image to sell merchandise. He had never approved it, and he never received any money from it. He felt used and disappointed. As Pickle listened to these stories, a pattern began to appear. This was not one mistake. It felt like a system. The show once promised to respect swamp culture in Louisiana. Now it shaped real moments into stories that fit ratings. Pickle slowly realized something painful. Hunters and families had been turned into characters. Their words could be shaped through editing. Real people were pushed into fake conflicts. The show no longer felt honest. It felt controlled and distant. And if the truth stayed hidden, what would happen to their legacy and to the life they had always lived in the swamp? The warning signs. Pickle is a catchy name, but she was not born with it. Her real name is Cheyenne Nicole Wheat. She was born on September 21, 1995, in Poydras, Louisiana. She grew up in the swamps, around boats, nets, and alligators. The swamp taught her to stay strong and honest. That way of life meant everything to her. When she joined Swamp People, she felt proud. The show showed the world how families lived and worked in Louisiana. It showed tradition, respect, and hard work. For a long time, everything felt real. The crew laughed together. The cast trusted each other. But in the past few months, things slowly started to change. At first, the changes were small. Filming days were delayed without clear reasons. Some crew members stopped talking when Pickle walked into a room. Cameras appeared in strange places where they had never been before. She sometimes heard producers whisper about better drama and stronger reactions. Then the mood shifted even more. During filming, producers pushed hunters to take bigger risks. They asked for retakes that did not feel natural. They wanted scenes to look more dangerous than they really were. Pickle felt uneasy, but she stayed quiet and kept watching. She wanted to understand what was going on before saying anything. Soon, she started hearing quiet talks about money and future seasons. Some cast members worried about their contracts. Others looked nervous when producers asked about their private lives. Pickle could see tension on faces she had known for years. At first, she tried to ignore it. She told herself it was normal stress from making a television show. She believed the show still respected the swamp and the people who lived there. But deep down, she felt something heavier than ordinary pressure. Then the phone rang at 3 in the morning. The person on the line sounded frightened. They said the problems behind the show were real and serious. That call confirmed what Pickle had already begun to fear. This was not small drama. It was something deeper that could hurt everyone involved. Later, Pickle stood at the edge of the bayou, looking out across the water. She thought about her family and her community. And one question stayed in her mind. Was the show still protecting their way of life, or was it slowly turning their truth into something else? Truth or loyalty? Pickle did not make the decision alone. She called John Paul, Chantel, Big Mike, and a few others who were feeling the same worry. They met in quiet places where cameras could not reach them. Some meetings happened in living rooms, others happened on boat docks beside the water. Everyone understood that speaking up could bring serious consequences. Some of the cast believed they should accept the network's offer. The show helped pay their bills. It helped families send their children to college. It covered medical costs for some people. Local businesses also depended on the attention the show brought to the area. If the network canceled the program, many families might struggle. That fear spread quickly through the community. Jean Paul spoke first. He said the offer might protect jobs and keep the cameras running. In his view, a compromise might save the show. A few others quietly agreed because they felt tired and worried about the future. Pickle listened carefully. Then she spoke about trust. She said money could not repair trust once it was broken. She reminded everyone about the fake scenes and the pressure to ignore real rules. She asked how they would feel if they accepted the money but allowed the same problems to continue. Chantel supported her. She spoke again about what happened to her family and said dignity mattered more than comfort. Big Mike added that the cast deserved respect for their names and their images. As the 72 hours came to an end, something else happened that changed the situation. A woman named Catherine Broussard from the Louisiana Cultural Heritage Foundation offered help. She arranged legal support so the cast would not have to carry the full cost alone. She believed reality television had gone too far. With that support, the group filed a lawsuit. They claimed contract fraud, cultural exploitation, and violations of Louisiana labor laws. At the same time, they spoke publicly about what they had experienced. The pressure on the network quickly grew. Sponsors became nervous. Viewers began asking questions. Negotiations soon started behind closed doors. In the end, the network agreed to several changes. There would be clearer rules, more transparency, and real input from cast members about how their stories were told. Producers who pushed fake scenes were removed. The show paused production for a time and later returned with new guidelines meant to respect the people and culture of the Louisiana swamps. Pickle chose truth instead of silence, and that choice left a lasting mark. Life in the swamp has always carried a simple lesson. When something feels wrong, you stand your ground. Pickle Wheat faced pressure, fear, and powerful voices asking her to stay quiet. But she chose honesty, even when it could have cost her everything. Her story is not really about television. It is about ordinary people protecting their way of life and the truth behind it. Because when silence protects a problem, the problem grows. But when someone speaks with courage, things can begin to change. And sometimes, that change starts with just one voice deciding it will not stay quiet anymore.